Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another Prizepicks video. We finally have NBA back on the slate, so excited to get into these games, and we have 5 picks for you guys to consider in this video as always, so stay tuned throughout the video to hear all 5 of the picks. Over in the private Discord, we've still been giving out a ton of picks, 5+ cappers over here giving out picks every day. You can see some massive hits over in the private Discord section here. Z hit a bunch of slips over on DraftKings from all of one of our cappers, Peso's picks over here. NHL has been crushing it as well. A nice hit over here at 5 of 5 on Underdog. Also a part of the private Discord is the daily projections that we run every morning. These have hit 3 for 3 3 days in a row. The last 3 days you can see the projections and then them hitting 3 for 3. So 3 times in a row the projections have hit as well. You get access to 5+ cappers picks plus those projections. It's less than $1 per day on the monthly plan, so definitely consider joining up for that. A ton of massive hits over here from people in the private Discord, so definitely click the link down below in the pinned comment or at the top of the description to see all of these massive hits that we've been getting in the private Discord. So we'll see you over in the Discord to get access to all those picks, see how everyone's been hitting. But now we're back in the NBA, which we were crushing before it left as well. So the first pick here, we're going to go to Evan Mobley on the PRA on the over. There has been news that Mobley and Garland are both going to have their minutes restriction waived, which is great news. Mobley's been on the minutes restriction for a long time, and I think we're getting a great line here at 26.5 for Mobley. If we take a look at this one over on Outlier, which does have a 7-day free trial that you should check out if you're interested in this. It's something I use every single day for player props. A great tool over here. You can see Mobley over the 26.5 PRA. This is something he's hit 70% of the time so far this year, and honestly he's been on a minute restriction, but it hasn't mattered that much. His last 7 games he's gone over this in 6 of 7 of them. We can come down and look at the minutes chart. You can see back in December he was playing 36+ minutes, and then since then slowly ramped up from 20 up to finally getting over 30 again. But I think we can even expect more minutes out of Mobley. I think we can give him at least 32 here. And a cool thing you can do on Outlier is only look at games where Mobley's played 32 minutes. This is already a line he's hit a bunch, but when he plays 32+ minutes, he hits this 80% of the time. So 70% is already good, but when we project him for 32+ minutes, he's hit this 80% of games. So really liking Mobley here for the first pick in the video. I'm going to be going to him off that minutes restriction. I think we should see at least 32+ here for Mobley. And then the second pick we're going to go to is Cade Cunningham over on his points against Indiana. Love targeting players against Indiana. They play super fast-paced, and Detroit has actually been playing better since all these moves they've made at the deadline. So I think Detroit can keep it somewhat close in this. Great matchup against Indiana, fast-paced. Cade Cunningham has hit this number a lot, but as of late has run into some tougher matchups and hasn't been scoring as effectively. Also been dealing with a few nagging injuries here and there. So I think with this break he's going to come out strong and be hitting this one. We can see Cade Cunningham on the season over this point he's hit just 52% of the time, just over half of the games. Hasn't been hitting this one that much recently, but obviously the minutes have been down. They've been having some tough matchups. The last 2 games have been blowouts. They look somewhat close here, but actually the backups came in and made these games look a little closer than they were. But normally he'll play mid to high 30s of minutes in games that aren't blowouts. So I think we can safely give him 31 minutes in this game if it does not completely blow out. You can see the Pacers give up the 28th most points in the league, over 122. And then I do think if it's a really close game, he could see 33+ minutes, and that is something he's hit in 72% of games. So liking Cunningham in a great spot here, some line that he's hit a lot when he plays at least 30 minutes, and I think he's going to come out strong out of this All-Star break and be hitting this over. So for our third pick, we're actually going to come to OddsJam which is another tool that has a free 7-day trial. Plus, you get 25% off if you use the link down below for OddsJam if you want to continue after that trial. But one of their top picks here is Harrison Barnes under the PRA of 18.5. You can see how this site works is we're on the Prizepicks tab. They show the Prizepicks line, then the line on other sportsbooks. So BetOnline has this one at 17.5. Bovada has it at 17.5 as well, and even -123 to go under 17.5. These other sites are liking it as well. DraftKings -125 on this one. So we're going to take the under on Harrison Barnes in this. Just come over here to Prizepicks and take the under here of 18.5. So for that OddsJam pick, we can also look it up over here on Outlier. Again, they do have that free trial if you want to use Outlier to check out some of these stats. We can look at the PRA this season at 18.5, something he's hit just 33% of the time, so we're definitely liking the under. And really, he's just going to score a massive amount to hit this one. You can see last game he did score 20 points and hit the PRA. In this one, he did score 22, 22. But in 4 of the last 5 games, you know, he only scored 9 points, 14 points, 9 points, and I just don't think the scoring is going to be there, but it's at 12.5, so I'd rather go to the PRA, getting a bit of savings here at 18.5 while taking the under, because, you know, his rebound line's at like 3.5 and his assist line is really like a half, so we are getting a bit of a savings as well taking the PRA. For Harrison Barnes, just not really one I trust, something he's hit 33% of the time this year. Going to be taking the under, and that was the pick from OddsJam. So the OddsJam picks definitely give you the best value odds on the site compared to the other sportsbooks, so check them out down below. For the next pick, we're going to go to Marvin Bagley over his PRA. The Wizards traded Daniel Gafford. Marvin Bagley is their starting center now, and we can look at Bagley on Outlier for this one. It is a line that he hasn't hit that much this year because he just hasn't been playing that much. But when he plays, he puts up stats. This is when he's hit 27% of the time this year on the over, so not that much. But for Bagley, you got to look the last 2 games without Gafford. He played 28 and 30 minutes. So when he plays those minutes, he is definitely going to be smashing this. We could see when he's played at least 28 minutes or more in a game, he's hit this in 6 of 7 games so far this year. Obviously, he hit it in the last 2 games, but then even going back to with Detroit, didn't hit it in this one, but then 34, 27, 33, 35. So going well over this amount when he's given the minutes. Somewhat of a tough matchup here against Denver, but I do think Bagley will play a big amount of minutes regardless of the score in this one. So I think we could lock him in for 28 plus minutes. And like I said, when he plays that many minutes, he's hit this in 6 of 7 games. Crushed it in his last 2. So going to Bagley here for this pick. Then for the next one, going to Trey Nunn. Unfortunately for Trey Nunn, they don't have a regular points prop, but Nunn is one that I really like a lot. We're going to have to go here to the Goblin of 9.5. If it comes out that his regular points line is 10.5, I'm definitely smashing that. Even at 11.5, I think it's one that we consider, but at 9.5, I think this is a great line. Against Utah, going to be a extremely fast-paced game, high-scoring game, most likely between Charlotte and Utah. Should be fairly close as well because these two teams do score a lot, don't play a lot of defense, and Trey Nunn has had an insane usage so far with the Charlotte Hornets. So really liking just going to him here at the straight points. Do wish they had a regular line at 10.5 or maybe even 11.5 or 11 flat would be taking that one as well. But we're going to go to Trey Nunn. We can see over here on Outlier his regular line is at 12.5 on Outlier. So I think it might pop up at 11.5 on Prizepicks, which is one I would like, but at 10.5, definitely liking it. We could see the alternate line here at 9.5 and look at some stats here. So far with the Hornets, this is something he's hit in 3 of 4 games, and we could look at the minutes. First game, just 17.8 minutes. Second game 27, then 33.9, and then almost 30 points. And this game was a blowout where Charlotte won by 23 points. I don't think we're going to see a blowout, and I do think we're going to see over 30 minutes for Trey Nunn in this, and he gets a lot of shots up. We could see 13 shots that he took in the last game, and he also is a pretty good three-point shooter as well. He made 4 threes in his last game. Trey Nunn, if he just knocks down a couple threes, should be easily hitting 10 points when he's playing 30-plus minutes. In a great matchup here, Utah gives up almost 121 points per game, so really liking Trey Nunn in this one. A ton of massive hits over here in the private Discord. You can see these guys in gold are in the private Discord. A huge college and NHL slip. Tons of guys hitting big slips over here, so definitely see what it's all about. The projections have been hitting 3 of 3 the last 3 days that we run every morning as well, so definitely check it out. It's less than $1 per day to get access for these picks on the projections, plus 5+ of our cappers over there. It'll be the pinned comment, also the top of the description. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. NBA is back. Good luck on Thursday, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Subscribe to the channel.